This video is really for like the family or friends of people who are feeling targeted. Listen to your family member, your friend, your whatever. I was lucky enough to have family that didn't dismiss the claims that I was making, the things that I was telling them. What they did was learn from what I was telling them. But we have people that think that because their parents are getting older, that, you know, my mom, my pops, they're going crazy. Oh man, that was my dude for a long time. He talking some crazy stuff. He's negative all the time, and so on. You know, if you can believe an ad on YouTube or a commercial on TV that's trying to sell you something so you can invest your money in them, you don't even know these people who are trying to sell you something. So how can you invest your money, believe them, and invest your money? Sometimes they take your money and run. Sometimes whatever you're expecting, you don't get from it. But here is someone that you know for a long time is telling you that these things are happening to them. They're feeling gang stalked. They're you know, people are targeting them. And if someone tells you that they think that somebody put a spell on them, like voodoo or black magic or, you know, witchcraft, nobody ever thinks that unless it's really happening to them. Because if you know yourself for being one way, and all of a sudden you're doing all these things and all these things are happening to you, you're like, and then you go try to talk to your family or your friends and they're like dismissing it. Like I said, I was lucky enough because I don't do that friend thing or that. I do acquaintances. I have a whole bunch of acquaintances, but I kept a, you know, very small circle of people who, some of them are not my blood, but they become my family. Okay? And then there's my blood relatives, my family members. And they don't like, oh, Giselle is going crazy. No, they just listen and learn from it. So just listen. It's not going to take, it's no skin off your back to just listen if you really care about this person. Because we claim to care about people and then we don't show that we care until they die. Now we sitting up there crying, but when they were here, you weren't listening. Okay, I'm not saying they're going to die from this experience. I'm just saying, but don't be crying after they died when they was here. You wasn't trying to listen to them. Okay, so now, what happens is that sometimes we create a mental prison for ourselves when these things are happening to us. So let's say somebody's, you know, whether it's envy or they're physically doing something like witchcraft to you, okay? Or they did a love spell and all of a sudden you want to leave your wife and kids or your husband, and you're doing craziness or you're selling your body, and these are things that you've never done, or you're drinking a lot or doing drugs, just crazy stuff you're doing. If somebody sends an attack like that to you to destroy everything around you, you don't know. You don't know this is happening. There's no way for you to know that somebody's doing this to you. And the person that's doing it to you might be the one smiling in your face and the one trying to save you every time you fall down, or trying to pick you up every time you fall down is what I mean. Now, you have to use discernment. If you have someone that you know that has mental issues, that's a different situation. They might be asking you to get them some help. But if you don't know of this person to have any type of mental issues, why are you thinking they crazy all of a sudden? Something might be happening. Just listen. Okay, just listen to them. I'm gonna break this down. I'm gonna break each individual in a video on his own. But right now, let's say a friend's like, yo, watch out for that dude. There's something about him. I don't feel good about him. Every time I go near him, listen to your peoples. Listen to your friend. Listen to your brother. Listen to your mom. Listen to your family members when they tell you these people, give them a bad vibe. Because if I tell you, me and you real cool, if you know me, the only way you know me if we are intimate friends, if we're real close, okay? All of a sudden I start telling you about these things that are happening. All right, you shut me out. You don't want to answer your phone. You don't want to talk to me. You don't want to come over because I'm talking some different shit. I'm talking about, you know, these things, the way I'm feeling, and people are stalking me and gang stalking me, and you know, that person that's doing it to me might be real cool with you and everyone else. And they're like, I don't know why he and she feels like that. I don't know. That's an act. Why would I just, okay, so I'm cool and you know me all the time. We all regular people. I'm always the same. All of a sudden, after all these years, there's this one person that I don't want to be around that's friends with you. Don't think it's jealousy. I'm not saying stop talking to that person. What I'm saying is that person might not be doing nothing to you. They might be doing it to me. Okay, again, my peoples that were important for them to believe me, they believed me and they learned from what I was telling them. Okay, just listen to them, man. Don't be like they crazy, they don't know what they're talking about. Ain't nobody following them. Why would somebody follow them? Let me tell you, when somebody's hating on you, you don't have to do anything to them. They could see something about you, a light in you. All right, because things are not just happening in the physical where you can touch them. Things are actually happening also in the spiritual world. So now you know this guy or this girl that's always tried. They went to school. They did things the way accordingly that according to society says this is how you succeed. They went to school. They over educated themselves. You know, they can do a lot of stuff. But for some reason, everything they try fails. Okay? Or better yet, this dude was a winner. This girl, she was doing fine. All of a sudden, she's scraping change just to buy food, just to get by. All of a sudden, and they're telling you, yo, I feel like somebody's doing something to me. That is their intuition talking to them. So if you really care about them, act like you care and listen. Check on them, see how they doing. You know, the spiritual attacks, they work even better when you are isolated, when nobody's around you, nobody's listening. That's when they are more potent. That's when they work even stronger because your mind is on. Here's an example, okay? I put a spell or some type of, you know, I said some type of attack to you. Put some things together, whatever, right? And everything that was working for you before, then little by little they stop working. You start feeling like, yo, what the hell is going on? And then when you go and you deal with people, you get a negative reaction from people. And it's just happening everywhere. And at home you're arguing and your neighbors don't even want to say hi to you no more. And all this, and you're like, yo, this is strange. Okay, because that's how it begins. It begins with the people's reaction to you. That's what you notice first. Like, it wasn't like this. Why is it like this now? And on top of that, everything you try is not working. You see what I'm saying? And then they try to talk to their friends, which might be you, or their family members, like, oh, come on, you just got to get your mind off of it. Yeah, right. If it was that easy. All right, so just listen. That's all you can do, and listen. And lend support to these people. And they'll be able to get through this, and things will get better. I've had to learn lots of ways to protect myself spiritually, protect my home, and keep myself protected from these things coming my way. A lot of people are unprotected because they don't know they have to protect themselves. You know, if somebody is messing with you in the physical and they don't like you, you know, like, yo, you know what I'm gonna do if they come this way. I could defend myself with my hands, you know, or another way, legally or whatever. But if you don't know these attacks, these spiritual things that you can't see are coming at you, you don't know that you have to defend yourself. So learn ways to have yourself already protected from it. Okay, especially when you're doing well in life, there's people watching you. And like I said, the spiritual world, you can't see them. The person who's feeling targeted, if you just listen to them, you can help them a lot, because that way you guys can bounce ideas off of each other. You both can learn, but it all depends on how much you do care about them. That's how much effort you're going to put into it. Before I go, if this is not happening to you, it might be happening to someone that you know, and this might resonate and be like, yo, that's what he or her was trying to tell me. Maybe this would help you to listen to them. Just listen. Okay, and share this video with somebody, comment, subscribe. Let me know your opinion. All right, see you in the next one. Bye.